My orientation is locked. I can't go horizontal, apparently. I'm a believer in the horizontal. I do most of my videos in horizontal. Unless I'm intentionally making a short, which is, those minute and a halfers. Or if I'm sending it to somebody and it's just kind of a disposable something. See this here? This is a little remote control Star Wars droid I bought at, hello, everybody, at Disney World. It worked moderately well. It actually, I get a kick out of Disney World for all the gayness of Disney. Like I play this Disney Emoji Blitz. It's the only game I ever play on my phone, and it just comes in handy at times when you're waiting for a bus or something. But like half the characters have like swords or guns, and you shoot and stuff. This shoots missiles, but if you can see, I got this sticker that I picked up at Newbury Comics, most likely. They always have free stuff at the door, like stickers, and it's like a Fat Boy Slim sticker from years ago. And I'd had it. I used to put all the stickers in like one of those plastic containers, you know, like those. And then perfect. So it's Christopher Walken. It says Fat Boy Slim. I'm showing you that because it's there. It's one of those things that's just kind of always out in the open that I can't find a place for. I guess I'm gonna pull. I just dropped the old. Took a walk out to the kitty litter. Dumped the kitty litter in the dumpster. 57 degrees here in Florida, dude. So I'm doing a Mister Rogers. This is my Disney Christmas sweater I bought a few years ago. But it is a nice, like, it's a nice feeling. It is pretty gay, but I don't like Disney's got this thing, they call it like spirit jerseys and stuff, like all too many of their shirts. I won't say all, but they have like it'll say Walt Disney World across the whole from shoulder to shoulder. This one's actually not as bad as some of the other ones they have. It kind of suits but the material on this is nice the way it fits you. It's nice and warm. But it is very Mr. Rogers-y. So won't you be mine? What's it say? Welcome to the live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. Where is the live chat? Let me see. This is only day 2. No, there's no chat there. Is this a chat? No. I thought I could see it. I could see it last night, which was night 1. Welcome to the live chat. No, that's not it. I thought that was it. Chat filter. Top messages. I don't know. Nope. All messages. I don't recall being too stumped about getting the chat to appear last night. Maybe I just lift up the bottom. No. Doesn't look like anybody's here. Maybe that's the reason. Okay. To hell with you all. No. We'll just go. We'll try and do a little bit every night, I guess. Maybe that'll just help my general something. The general YouTube We'll do a little rehearsing. We're just gonna rehearse. Work on some songs. I bought this nice psychedelic orange handkerchief at the REI in, was it Claremont, California? Just north of San Diego when I was out there a couple weeks ago. So here's the deal. We had my company I work for, flew us, the whole company, 654 employees. It was like 2,000 people out to California. A lot of them are in California. That's where the office is, and they work there, several all over, Northern California, which for some reason San Francisco is Northern California, even though to me it seems like Central, because there's a whole another section of California up there, which, Eureka and Arcata, Mendocino County. And but on Friday, we got out there Thursday, and Friday was the day they had passes for the San Diego Zoo. So we're staying at the Marriott Marquis in the marina, right? Beautiful place, beautiful view, aircraft carrier out there, some sort of point out there, the sunset right there. So when you put in San Diego Zoo at the Marriott Marquis, the San Diego Zoo comes up. It's just kind of seems like maybe the northern part of town. But I wanted to go to REI first and get a good pair of sunglasses. I had bought a pair the previous day for $1.99 at the Dollar General in San Ysidro, which is literally right on the border with Mexico at Tijuana. I took the last exit on I-5 in California. And but I'm like, these sunglasses probably aren't with the UV in that, so I don't want to be thinking that I have protection from that you're looking for from a sunglass and not have it. So I'm like, I'm going to go to REI. I'm a member. I think I had $7 to use for my dividend, which I didn't know I was going to go to REI regardless. So I go up there, and it was just north of the San Diego Zoo. Not far. It was 20 minutes. It said 19 minutes, I think, on the GPS. So it was a beautiful ride. Went through like this sort of parkway where there was like the sides of the road were going up, but it was all nicely manicured. And I literally went through where the San Diego Zoo was. It was up on the hill. And I'm like, oh, I'm going to be coming back here. So I go to REI and I got my sunglasses. Usually I get for the $25 pair, but I ended up, they have the racks. I don't go into the counters because that's where you're looking at the $150, $250 ones. So usually I get the peppers, which are like $27. One time when I was going to Utah to work from Florida, I stopped at every REI between here and there, just on off I-10. So there was like 2 or 3 in Texas that I stopped at. I think I may have gone through Austin. And there was like one in Albuquerque or something, so I didn't go through Austin if I did that. But anyway, there was like 3 or 4 I stopped at. And I bought like 6, 7, or 8 pair of those. They were like, and they've lasted me, and we're talking like 2012, 13, and I still have a couple pair of those right now in 2026. And this is what the one thing that drives me a little nutty is that I literally have them, like they've been in my way, but I can't find them right this second because I was going to just show you. The hell did I do with those? Oh, they're literally, here's the phone. They're right here. Like they're almost touching the phone. There's 2 of them right there. And what I like about these, they were $27. But these were, there's nothing on them. I don't know about you. Well, I do know about you. I'm one of the rare people. I don't want the big O or some other fucking douchebag fucking insignia on my stuff. I don't like that. I don't need to have, like, I see somebody with Nike these days who still buys Nike, and I know you're a fucking uninformed douchebag because you wouldn't be buying that if you really cared about all the shit you profess to care about. But see, there's nothing. They're very unadorned. But also, the bridge is a solid piece. Doesn't have like a little thing that's separate that can break or a little rubber piece that can wear down. So these are just very utile. These are a little foggy, but there's these. The reason I hang on to these is they're good for like if you go to the beach or go kayaking, where you're gonna be sweating your ass off and wiping it with, you're not gonna have proper cloth, so they still come in handy. Until they don't, eventually the lens will fall out or something. And then I got this. I went into Walmart. What did I need? I needed a dress shirt, and then I saw this hat, Grateful Dead. Now, and this is nice. I got like stories for all this. So this Grateful Dead hat was at Walmart, which I found, I like it. But I've always liked, I'm a skeleton guy, and that skeleton, the motorcycle skeleton, and the skeleton with the Uncle Sam hat, and this skeleton with the cane dancing like that. That's always been, not bears are for the girls. Never really liked the bears. And but anyway, this style, it's gold with the blue rim, and it's got like a little, like there's a little piece of rope there. But at the San Diego Zoo, they had the exact hat with the square like this, but it had a tiger and it said San Diego Zoo. And it had like almost Rasta colors, but it wasn't the LGBTQ thing either. But it was like red, didn't have the purple or pink or anything in it. But I wanted, that was the hat I was gonna get, but I never got to the tiger feature. I did walk by it like late. They were open late because it was Christmas lights, but the tigers weren't out. And since I didn't see the tigers, I couldn't get it. I did end up getting a when I first got there. I got a because I'm bald, and I got the straw hat, and it's got just the ape face, but they've got it so it's like just the eyes and the brow and stuff. And I don't think I did see the apes. Because basically, I'm like, if I didn't see it, or go, it's like somebody getting you a shirt at a concert. It's like, no, I didn't go. I don't want the fucking shirt. Thank you and all, but so, that sort of thing. But I got a kick out of that. Same exact hat, just the San Diego Zoo. So obviously, same, not all that much of a stretch to same maker, but, a little bit. What did I get at the San Diego Zoo? So I got their holiday shirt. And of course, it says Happy Holidays, California and the woke shit instead of Merry Christmas. But it was pretty cool. It's like they have a distinctive entryway, and it was kind of that, but all like a gingerbread design. And then I got just a straight up San Diego Zoo shirt. And I got one that was on sale, thankfully. So it was only $20, but it was the capybara was the animal I got, which I did take in some capybara. It's like a giant rodent. Police and thieves in the streets. Oh yeah, we're in the nation with their guns and ammunition. Some thieves in the streets. Oh yeah, scaring the nation with their guns and ammunition. From Jenny Sass to Revelation, next generation will be, hear me, and all the cloud coming day by day. No one talking in any way. All the peacemaker, turn wall officer, hear what I say. Ha 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 ha. Can't go there. Genesis, Revelation, next generation will be. Hear me. Burn up, burn up, burn up, burn up, burn up. Oh yeah! Burn up, burn up, burn up, burn up, burn up. Oh yeah! Oh, the crowd come in day by day. No one talking in any way. All the peacemaker, Turnwall officer, hear what I say. Ha 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 ha! God, that first Clash album, man. You know, I was the youngest of 6 kids, and one of my brothers had all those, had the album collection. He had a cool friend who was just really into the scene in the Boston area. Like he ended up becoming like a photographer for a little bit with the Butthole Surfers. But anyway, he was hip to like, you know, my brother had U2 Boy, you know, that was the only U2 album at the time, and The Clash, and I remember he was into, you know, like Bow Wow Wow, which I never got into. I hitched on to U2 and The Clash. The Clash are still one of my favorites. Joe Strummer, Mick Jones, brilliant guitarist, arranger. But that first Clash album, the green one, the American version, because there was a few songs like White Man and Hammersmith Palais was not on the English version. It was only a single. But we didn't have that. I didn't until the CD era when that came out. But I used to put that on and I could sing every tune, you know. Hate and War. I'm So Bored with the USA, which I play on guitar here. And Hate and War, the only thing we are today. And if I close my eyes, it will not go away. I have to deal with it. I Fought the Law. See, I don't think I Fought the Law was on the British version. There was a few, like Protex Blue was on the British one, but not on the American version. And that's about the condoms. Not one of the better songs they had. But every song on that I love that one. And that's one I just put on and sing at the top of my lungs, you know, on a Friday night, you know, when I had the house to myself or something. It was fun. What was the other tune? Hate and War, and there was another one that was just like that, short. And God, I'm kind of bummed out. I haven't actually listened to that in a long time. Still listen to the Clash. I probably listen mostly to Sandinista at this point in the Black Market Clash. And when they did the CD version of Black Market Clash, which was originally just an EP, but the CD version they added a bunch of, you know, they filled it out with more B-sides and remixes. Really good. You know, just like an instrumental, like the B-side of Rock the Casbah or Washington Bullets, which just kind of a remix, instrumental sort of thing. Sandinista, one of my favorite albums. Truly. And everything on that, even like the last side was kind of throwaway stuff. But that's like they have a version of Career Opportunities with like kids singing it. And it's fun. It's just good. And they Shepherd's Delight, which is just a remix of what tune is it? It's like a remix, but it has like like they'll put sheep on it. There's like a sheep sound, and the first time you hear that, you're like, oh, that's just throwaway, or like you're like, what the fuck? But after you've listened to the album like 20 times, and maybe if you do listen to the whole album, which was a triple album, and you get to the end, and I think I sold that one. I was right there at the beginning of CDs, and I think I ended up selling my triple album, the vinyl of Sandinista. But I still have the Armageddon Times, which was the written out lyrics of all the songs, and the way Joe Strummer they designed. They're all kind of. It's kind of an art project sort of thing, like the way they're written, and it's sideways and all different ways. But the weirder songs just end up kind of being a part, like Lose My Skin, which was a tune right after Charlie Don't Surf. And I remember when Joe Strummer, I finally was able to see Joe Strummer when he toured with the Mescaleros. I think I saw him twice. I did. And Timon Dog, who sang Lose This Skin, and he played violin, but he wasn't like, it was like a weird grating violin, but he was there on that tour, and the rest of them were all kind of new, the Mescaleros. But that was great. But so many tunes, like Let's Go Crazy's great tune. They're all great. There's only a couple on there that I would say are throwaways. Ivan Meets G.I. Joe. Washington Bullets. They do a Mose Allison tune on there. Look here, what you think you're gonna be doing next year? No doubt. Something like that. Great. The Clash. Guilty Undertaker sighs, the lonesome organ grinder cries. The silver saxophone say I should refuse you. Words in the world they go into my face with scorn, but it's not that way. I wasn't born to lose you. Want you. I want you. I want you so bad. Baby, I want you. Just like the knights who play tricks when you're trying to be so quiet. We all sit here stranded, but we're all doing our best to deny it. And Louise holds a handful I can't find my knees. Jewels and binoculars hang from the head of the mule. And these visions of Johanna make it all seem so cool. I don't think that's right. Outside where the ladies play, blind men bluff under reaching. All right, I wrote those lyrics down just recently, within the last month or two. I haven't played it yet live. Coca-Cola. It's got its time and its place, and it hasn't come yet. I also wrote down It's All Right, Mom, Only Bleeding. And I kind of was playing like the Before the Flood version, the 74 tour, which he does slightly different. And I did play that one live at Charlotte's Web once. Little rough. It was a big endeavor, you know. Seems to do something more like that, as opposed to kind of the album version. He does. I think it's a different tuning, but it's more like. This seems different too. This next movie goes right there. Foreign sound to your ears. It's alright, Mom, if I don't make it. Gotta work on that one. And I'm kind of torn on what I want to do there, which version. I guess I should just learn both. I kind of like... You're so sweet. You're so fine. You're my baby. I'm just a jeepster for your love. Good one, T-Rex, man. That was always my favorite T-Rex tune, which I've been trying to play. It's tough. I've been working on that one. The singing with that is tough. The first verse is not too bad. And there's like 5 verses, and a couple of them are really tough. You're like a car. You're so sweet. Call you Jaguar. For your love. fabulous night for a moon dance with the stars up above in the skies. Fantabulous night to make romance beneath the cover of October skies. When you live all the way through the wind, going to the end, baby, man, all the rest of the car. Oh, you know that there is can't hide, just make some more with you, my love. Can I just have one more blue dance with you? Working on that one. The back. That's one thing about the RV living. Definitely because of the floor. You know, just one of those subtle things like, you know, the floor being, I guess, not whatever, but it seems to really kind of affect my back quite a bit. And sitting this chair, I don't know. You know how, like, if you're on concrete all day and shit, and that sort of that thing, and this not being a solid floor, obviously, or tough to say. I don't know. The doctor would know, maybe. I was sitting in a movie, sitting in a crummy movie, hands on my chin. All the violence that occurs seems like we never win. Love and mercy, that's what we need tonight. So love and mercy to you and your friends tonight. Was singing in the nude and the That's like the latest. That's the newest song I'm working on, I think. Getting there. I kind of got it down a little bit. I kind of like it a little ragged but right. And I don't think I'm saying that because I can only do it ragged but right. I mean, that is where my skill is, but I think I can put across a song, and I kind of like it. I mean, you don't want it to, you don't want to play the wrong chords, but so it's tough. Like when I look at my own stuff sometimes, and a lot of times I feel like I'll watch parts of my videos. I put all my videos when I play at like Charlotte's Web Pub, which is a bar up in Wauchula. They don't pay me. Occasionally somebody drops some money in the bucket. But they let me go up there and play, and I'll play. I get to play 3 to 5, however soon I get there until it's dark, basically. So usually it's about 2 sets of about an hour and 20 minutes, and it's amazing how like I just naturally I'll go finally look at the camera to see how, and it's like an hour 10, and I'm like, oh, 2 more songs. So it's usually about an hour and 20 minutes each set, and I tell you, when you're up there and there's maybe one person out there, or even when you're by yourself, you start the song, man, you're finishing it. That's the way I feel. And there's been some, like I think the worst I ever did was like 3 or 4 weeks ago I did Jeepster, that song I was doing. And it's not that difficult to play, but the singing does not match up exactly with the rhythm that you're playing. And it was rough, but it's up there. I put it up there. You can laugh at me and all that shit. I don't care. But then like last week, and I haven't put this one up. I'm still actually one's uploading right now from the 16th of the second set from the 16th of November. So I think I've got about 4 or 5 sets to put up before I get to last week's. But I opened up with I Saw Her Standing There by the Beatles, which is easy enough. I did pretty good at that. I haven't played it a ton. What I mean, and the way she looked was way on the past. Yeah, but I'll never dance with another. Oh, since I saw her standing there. So that went fairly well. I kind of came out pretty strong on that. Like a little loud. It was actually a good amount. Well, for me, there was like 10 people out there. But then I went into Lot of Love by Neil Young, in the Neil Young version. And I've just started playing that one too. And I don't know that I was ready. But then when I watched it back, because I was curious, because it was, I had people watching me and I felt, I was like, oops, shouldn't have played that one. And I listened to it back and it wasn't a disaster. I mean, you knew what song I was playing. Let's put it that way. La 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 la. It's gonna take a lot of love to change the way things are. Gonna take a lot of love, or we won't get too far. So if you're out there waiting, I hope you'll show up soon. My heart needs relating, not solitude. My heart needs relating, not solitude. It's a weird G major 7th that Neil does a lot of weird G, and he uses the drop D tuning, and I try and do most of his tunes in standard tuning. It's like I play Harvest Moon, and that's a drop D, and I just do standard. right away. You know where the music's playing? Let's go out into the night. Cause I'm still in love with you. I wanna see you dance again. Because I'm still in love with you. On this harvest moon. Picking my nose on live stream. It's the nose hairs I'm going for. All dried out, and then you can feel that one hair. It's fun if you can grab that hair. Not afraid. I'm not afraid to do that on the stream for you. You know, you get that nice dry hair and you pull it. There you go. That was a good one. You get those ones right in the corner there at the top. You know what I'm talking. You know what I'm talking about. Don't deny it. Go ahead, do it at home. I think I am going a little overboard with the nose hair picking. Let me know. What do you think? Do you pick the nose hairs? Do you do the ear ones? Where you just get it in there, you go it in the hole, and you squeeze and you get them, and it feels nice. You know, you don't get one all the time, but sometimes it's just one, but it feels nice. Fluff. Fluffhead was a man with a horrible disease. Went and saw Trey on his solo tour. And then he had a guy come out and play the second half of the show with the piano. Some not Page guy. But at the Clearwater, the Ruth Eckerd Hall in Clearwater. It was a good show. I mean, it was a great show and it was good audience. Like sometimes I don't like seeing a show there because it's a super nice theater, but some of those are it's a little too nice, for like a rock and roll show, in my opinion. And I've seen many shows, Los Lobos, Van Morrison, seen a lot of shows there. But I prefer the Capitol Theater, the Billheimer Capitol Theater in Clearwater, which is downtown, and it's one of those old. It's like the Orpheum in Boston, the Palladium out in Worcester. Just those ones that were built in the 20s with the nice ornate ceilings. The Tampa Theater is a nice one of those styles. That's a really nice one because they actually paint the ceiling as like a dark, dark, dark blue with stars, and the stars shine. There's lights in there. That's a super nice theater. I've only seen one show there. Oh no, actually, I went to the Grateful Dead meet up at the movies. They showed that there one year. That's right in downtown Tampa. There was a show that I was going to go there, but I didn't end up going. Forget who it was. Does not ring a bell. Yellow cowgirl in the sand. Is this place at your command? Can I stay here for a while? Sweet, sweet smile. Only enough for somebody love you. Is it the same? It's more you wanna play this game. Is this thing even on? I don't even know. Yeah. No visitors. It's all right, folks. I'd be doing this anyway, so I figured I'd turn that on. I was born Heartland, USA, and my dreams took me to LA. Love and rags and riches, learned to throw some fancy pitches, found out what ain't inches, just exactly cool. Heaven help the fool. Got a place in Malibu, heart of the star. That's what you are. Electric guitar, ought to see the chrome wheels of my Maserati, so shiny and new. Not a funny melody, no, not me. Just a fine insanity, no, no, not me. When they offer golden apples, I'm sure you'll refuse. a smoother dancer. Working on that one. Heaven Help the Fool. That'll be a big one. I went to there's only like one tutorial on that on YouTube. And it's Mick Beth Music. And I believe he's Mick and his girlfriend's Beth. But it's mainly him. He puts up videos of them playing at bars out in California, but he does tutorials. And he does a great job. And I thank him. I thanked him many times in the comments. A couple times. But it's coming along. You know, just some weird. That's a weird chord right there. B minor, and then this. Bobby Ware, great album, man. His album, I think, is it called Heaven Help the Fool? I think it is. But great, everything on there. In his live album with Rob Wasserman, where he's playing acoustic and he does a bunch of the tunes off there. But there's two ballads on that album, This Time Forever and Shade of Gray, and he does them both on the live album with Wasserman, where it's just Bobby on acoustic and Wasserman on stand-up bass, which is just surprising because they're pretty, you know, that'd be as obscure. But that's the thing with the Dead; they did just about every song they recorded. You know, like I think France may be the only song they didn't play that they recorded. You know, I don't think they ever did a live version of that on Shakedown Street. You know, way down in the south of France. Everybody loves to dance. Dun, dun, dun. It's a fun tune. I got the chords written down. I've run through it once or twice. It's a tough one. One of those. Bob Weir uses a lot of weird tunes. That's kind of a trademark of his. Jerry commented on that too. He does it weird. And he does weird stuff, you know, like which is useful and stuff. But you see, Bobby plays up here all the time. All his rhythm, most of his rhythms up here. He doesn't use many of the cowboy chords down here. You know, like when he does Me and My Uncle, which is E minor, G mainly. But he does, when you just add the pinky up on the A string on the 10th fret, that turns that into a G. Me and My Uncle, E minor. South Colorado, West Texas bound. We stopped over at Santa Fe and being the point just about halfway. And you know it was the hardest part of the day. Whereas if I don't play Me and My Uncle, which I should, I don't know why. But I would probably just do it like I would just do the regular cowboy chords down there, the E minor G. But you got to also keep in mind, a lot of times when Bobby was doing it, he had Jerry playing a lead and Phil playing a bass. So he didn't have to have, you know, like when you're doing it down here, your bass sound's obviously going to be bigger on the E minor than when you're doing it up here, you know. Things like that, you know. But like on Touch of Grey, you know, Jerry's doing the, and Bobby's up here on the 12th fret doing the. A very innovative player. And that was the thing. He had to find, like, and Phil was an unconventional bass player where he didn't just play, like the same thing, throughout the song like a lot of bass players would do, which is fine. But so Bobby had to kind of find a space between Jerry, because Jerry's singing and he's playing the regular A chord, and singing and doing fills and shit. But Bobby would just kind of have to find a space between those guys. He couldn't just strum the chords. So he did a lot of innovative stuff. And he does a lot of the fills that people, the uninitiated, and myself included, when you first get into the Dead, you think Jerry's doing all the twiddly bits and stuff, and actually, especially when Jerry's singing, it's Bobby doing just some of the fill, some of the individual stuff, like in China Cat Sunflower, like the Bobby's doing that all up on like the. That's what Jerry does on War Frat. I enjoy playing that one. It was never like my favorite to hear, but it was always good when you did hear it live. But it was never one that I was like, I hope they play War Frat. But you always liked it when they played it. But it's fun to play. But I haven't played it. I played it live a couple times at Charlotte's Web, but I haven't played it in a long time. It's one of those ones that always, you end up, I'm doing Dire Wolf and Deal and Jackstraw and Ship of Fools. And for some reason, War Frat is just, like the 10th one you get to, and which I never get to. And like Loose Lucy, I've been waiting to do that. I constantly have the lyrics right there. And I need to do it because it's a little more to it, and I kind of a little weary of doing it. I think I'm about to run out of. I'm down to like 10%. Yeah, so I'll wrap it up. It's been an hour, anyways. But. Loose Lucy is my delight. She comes ballin' and we ball all night. Round and round and round and round. Don't take much to get the word around. Yo-yo, she's my string. Listen to the birds on the high wire sing, sing, yeah, 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 singing thank you. For real good. All right, folks. A little rehearsal. Just talking, rehearsing. That's what we'll probably do. A little bit every night, maybe. See if I can get some people. We can talk about stuff if you throw some shit at me. Hattie Carroll is back. I won't be ignored, Ron. You're number one, man. Just wrapping up, dude. I'm at 10% on the battery life. I'm at an hour. Good little session, good little rehearsal you missed. don't know. I don't know how long you've been there. You've been on what do they call that? Ninja or something like that. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. You maybe get some feedback on the chat, but you're kind of taught when you try and talk to somebody. It gets a little weird. It gets a little weird. I feel like that lady with these glasses, you know, that one in the, like, what is it, Old Navy? 5 minutes. I'll give you a couple more minutes. We're down to 9. Down to 8. We're falling fast. I guess I could get the cord, but time to go to bed anyways. I got to get up early. I got to go into civilization. I need nylon guitar strings for my new guitar. So I got to go to Sarasota or Venice, one of the two. And what else did I need? I'd like to go to Trader Joe's because I really need hot dogs. I haven't had hot dogs in too long. I need to have some hot dogs. It's a staple of my diet because it's simple. Good night. All right, man. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Especially you, Hattie Carroll. You're my #1 fan. Just by sheer volume. Volume of comments. Over and out. Be sure to subscribe. Tell your friends. 7%. I'm sure I want to